Tonight, it's you and me, Dragon. And even though this IWGP Heavyweight Championship isn't officially recognized in TWFC, I thought I'd wear it as a reminder. As good as everybody claims you are, and as lazy and a waste of talent as you claim I am, only one of us has ever held this prestigious championship, and that's me, Dragon. Tonight is about so much more than a wrestling match. Tonight, I beat the respect I deserve out of you, and everybody that ever doubted me.
It's no secret that we've never seen eye to eye, Eddie, but tonight for me is about my climb back to the top. Tonight I make a statement, and that statement is simple. A regular, lazy, out-of-shape talent doesn't deserve to stand in the same ring as me. If I would have been in Japan, a guy like you would have never won that IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and that will be 100% clear tonight. Because, Eddie, I'm going to kick your f***ing head in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match we've been waiting for, the grudge match between Eddie Kingston, who's bringing his IWGP Heavyweight Championship from New Japan. It's not an officially recognized title here in TWFC, but this championship carries a lot of honor and prestige. And his opponent, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. These two could not be any more far from each other, complete opposites. But tonight, they will do battle for respect. And this is a match that I am looking forward to as the American Dragon makes his way to the ring. Wait a minute, Kingston diving out of the ring right onto Bryan to start this thing off. What a way to kick it off. I did not expect that. Kingston going for... Oh, Danielson rammed him into the side of the ring. Smart veteran move and a backdrop on the apron by the American Dragon. Maybe Kingston shouldn't have started on the outside, but here we are in the ring. And the American Dragon just smacking Eddie Kingston, trying to show him who's boss here. Look at this deadlift suplex. Oh, Kingston with the reversal, the elbow. Nice chop from Eddie Kingston. Oh, Danielson with the chop of his own here. Big kick. Oh, he caught it. Look at this. Kingston caught it in a suplex. Drops the American Dragon right on his head. You know he's had them concussion problems. Later in the match, Kingston picked him up and would open up with those right hands straight to the head of the American Dragon. Would almost knock him off his feet when Bryan would return fire with a big kick to the gut, catching Eddie Kingston off guard. At this point in the match, I believe Bryan was surprised with the heart of Kingston, but that's when he would start opening up with those crazy kicks. He said he was going to kick his head in, and that is what Bryan did. Watch this. Big kick to the head. The American Dragon was in control from then on. This time, he went for this earlier. Would he get it? The deadlift German suplex. Dropping Kingston on the back of his head for the 1, 2. Not enough yet. Eddie Kingston showing massive heart. Moments later, the American Dragon would be trying to lock in some kind of triangle choke or an arm bar. And look at those elbows. Elbows and strikes to the head of the exposed face of Eddie Kingston. There was nothing he could do. The arm was trapped, but he would lift Danielson and drop him right in the middle of the ring. That's one way to get out of that. Here we go later. Look at this. Side German suplex right onto that injured head of Bryan. Not only are the ribs bad, we all know about his head problems he's had throughout his career. Big powerbomb outside of the ring, but the Dragon with the Hurricane Rana, nice save, because Eddie Kingston had ill intentions trying to powerbomb Danielson out of the ring. As Kingston would get to his feet, Danielson would see the opening, repaying the favor from earlier. What he does best, look at that dive outside of the ring, taking both men out momentarily. Was it worth it? We'll have to wait and find out, because it did take some out of Danielson. Danielson trying to get him in the ring, and Kingston with the big suplex through the timekeeper's area. What a suplex. Both men going straight through that timekeeper's table. All kind of stuff falling all over both of them. The ring bell, papers. The fans were going crazy. If Eddie Kingston ever had an opening, this would be it, and he removed the straps. Signature Eddie Kingston. Look at this right here. Big suplex. Danielson's legs hitting the side of the ring. His back landing out on the outside. Later on, Kingston would have him on the apron. And another big chop from Kingston. Look what he'd go for here. DDT. No. Big suplex from Danielson on the apron. Both men again down. This was 15 minutes into the match. Danielson has one armed hook. He's trying to get the other arm. He beats it out of Kingston till he hits him with the big double underhook suplex, dropping Kingston right on his head, and Danielson would drag him over closer to that corner. Danielson would climb up to the top. Is there going to be a flying goat, as JBL would say? Huge headbutt from Danielson. Is that going to be enough? More head trauma to Kingston. 1, 2, no! Kingston gets the shoulder up, but Danielson stays firm on him. Big knee to the body, followed up by a huge armbar right in the middle of the ring. Danielson, quite the technician. He's got an answer for everything. You kick out, he'll just stay on you. That pressure is what has made Danielson a multi-time champion. And look at this. He gives up on the armbar and starts literally kicking Eddie Kingston's head in right in the center of the ring. How much more punishment could Eddie Kingston take? Danielson was willing to find out. A huge Boston Crab variation right here. And look what he transitions this into. Danielson lets him go momentarily just to hit this reverse STO or whatever you would want to call this. Big submission by Danielson, but look how Kingston reverses this into some sort of a bulldog choke, similar to what Jon Moxley does. Danielson was trapped in this big choke, and Eddie Kingston must have been squeezing with every ounce of energy in his body, because eventually he would let go and tire out. Both men tired in the middle of the ring. Later, they're trying to pull up, both of them using each man for leverage, and the slugfest would come on. Danielson with two big right hands in a row off the ropes. Big clothesline, didn't take him down, but the second one to the back of Danielson's head knocks him down. Both men once again down. The referee doesn't know what the hell's going on here. These men are running on fumes. 20 minutes into the match and neither man could get to their feet. Later, Kingston pulling the American Dragon up, trying to muster up all the strength to hit a big power driver right in the center of the ring. Could Danielson take any more head trauma? 1, 2, oh, at the last second. Danielson keeps fighting. Kingston can't believe it. They are absolutely exhausted. 27 minutes into the match, Kingston whips him to the ropes, pulls him back, he ducks the clothesline, a big German suplex. Danielson struggles to get to his feet, holding those ribs, and he's calling for it. You know what he's calling for in the corner? He makes it, and he hits the running knee, knocking Eddie Kingston slick out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this match would... No! Not so fast! Danielson can't believe it. They're exhausted. Kingston getting out, kicking out of the flying knee. So Danielson would go back to the corner, holding his ribs one more time. Going for the flying knee, but a spinning back fist out of nowhere from Eddie Kingston. Could he make the cover? Could he pull off this upset? 1, 2. Oh, once again, the American Dragon gets the shoulder up. What is it going to take? Kingston, with every ounce of energy in his body, lifts him up for a big brain buster. And at this point, neither one of these men could even move. With time running out, Kingston would get on the top, but Danielson would pull him down onto the top rope. Exhausted, Danielson would slowly make the climb. Look at this huge avalanche backdrop, sending both men to the canvas. Nobody's moving, both men holding their heads. And ladies and gentlemen, time would expire in the match. We've gone to a 30-minute time limit draw. What a match. Possibly the craziest match in TWFC's short history. But after the match, we could not believe this. Kingston offering it and Danielson accepting the handshake. Both men acknowledging the absolute war they just went through. But after the match, come on, Moxley would come from behind. Why, Moxley? A paradigm shift onto the chair. Why did Moxley do this? Danielson accepted the handshake. Ladies and gentlemen, Moxley would stare down Kingston. That is no way to treat a man that just earned the respect of the American Dragon. We will have to wait and see how this plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on Nitro.